Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tina and I make videos on lifestyle, home decor, and DIY projects every single week. And today's video is a little bit different because I have a little bit of a confession to make, and that is that this whole background that you're seeing behind me is a lie. Everything in this room is a complete mess. And honestly, it just gets a little bit crazy in here. I think this is like my third declutter video of this room. And if you guys are crafters, DIYers, or artists, you kind of understand the struggle that keeping your room clean is really hard. Yeah, I guess there's like no excuse for it. It's just the fact that when you're working on something, you just can't help but to make a mess and not put things back afterwards. So that is exactly where I am at with this room, and I will warn you guys, it's pretty bad. And one of the big reasons why I want to clean out this room is because I am moving soon, so I just want everything to look fresh and clean again. I have about 5 more weeks until I move out of this place, so most of the items that you're seeing I am not keeping, and they're going to have to go to new homes. So I'm gonna have to start listing items, and I honestly can't take a picture of them because they're just so dirty and they do not look good. So I need to style some things. I also will do a room tour at the end of this video to kind of give you guys a closer look at everything. So I really want to document this room because it is the room that I've been creating and just filming all these videos for you guys in. And this space is just so special to me, so I really want to make sure that I can look back on it and remember it for what it was and how beautiful it was. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and tidy up with me. To start this video, I'm just going to pick it up right off of the tripod and show you what is behind me. Exhibit A, a blanket on top of a bunch of DIY supplies. So it's just stuff like that that needs to be cleaning. Let me give you a brief overview. Okay, so we're starting at the front door, and I put on socks for this video so you guys don't have to see my feet, so you're welcome. Here we go. Pile of stuff, more piles of things, and more pile of things. I think my biggest problem is I don't have enough surface areas, so this bed really becomes a catch-all of things. And as you can see, there are some test DIYs that I have laying around because I try and test things out before I get it on camera to make sure that it works well and that it looks good. So I have like a bunch of terrible macrame coasters right here. So yeah, as you can see, that's a big mess. And I put that blanket on top of that because I sit here during the daytime. This is where I work, so I have a lot of video chats during the day and people see this background, so I just like put a blanket on there and problem solved. Everything's hidden away. And this is actually the view that I see when I'm filming videos. So I put my camera right on my tripod and you guys see this beautiful backdrop, but you don't see everything else. So we're gonna take care of this whole room today, and I hope that you guys have fun tidying with me. Let's get some YouTube videos up and some music jamming and start cleaning up. Alright, we have made some great progress. I have been cleaning for about half an hour now. I changed out of my shorts because it was getting very uncomfortable. So I just put on a pair of gym shorts. I have my hair up as per usual. I think that this whole process is really making me realize things that I want to keep versus things that I want to give away or sell. So if any of you guys are planning to move soon, I would highly suggest that you clean your room first before you make a bigger mess when you move. I don't know if that sounds counterproductive, but I really do think that it gives a nice fresh perspective on the space, and that way you can leave your old space knowing that you brought with you the right amount of things. I can't wait to get to that point, but until moving day, I still have this room to clean. So let's roll the rest of the cleaning montage. Hello from VoiceOver Tina. So one of the main reasons I wanted to make this video was to really show everyone that as much as things look perfect on Instagram and YouTube, there's definitely more than meets the eye. And as a creative, I struggle with keeping things neat and orderly, especially if I'm working on artwork or videos for my channel. I'm constantly going through cycles of having a super clean, spotless room to having a tornado of things everywhere. So that's definitely something that I want to work on, especially when I move out of this space in a month. And in my new apartment, I won't have a dedicated room to make a mess like this. So unlearning these habits is going to be a challenge. But with each declutter, I am finding myself to make small changes to keeping my space more organized for longer. At least I hope I am. When I'm cleaning out a mess as big as this, I like to focus on one area at a time and sort things out into categories. This really helps me figure out where each item belongs before I start putting things back into their designated homes. I would love to hear what your best tips are in keeping things in order. Do you have a daily to-do list, or do you set a timer for 10-minute chores, or are you like me and you let things get really bad before you start tackling it? I want to know your best tricks in keeping your craft room clean. I've made some good progress so far. I think the room is looking a lot nicer and a little bit easier to breathe in here. It's pretty much dinner time right now, so I'm going to eat dinner and finish this back up tomorrow, and then I will give you guys the grand room tour. Yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, so now it is the next day. I just finished up at work. It was really nice just to work back at my desk now that it's all clean again, and I'm ready to tackle the rest of the room. I feel like yesterday we made some great progress. Things are all into their nice little piles. Now all I really have to do is just sort them out all into their homes. A lot of this is my DIY supplies, so things that I have that are brand new and don't have a home right now. So I have to figure out where I want to put those now. And honestly, just looking around now, it just seems a lot more manageable for me to clean up. Let's get into it and let's put away all my DIY supplies. Alright guys, this room is all cleaned up and it's looking so much better in here. I love how clean it feels. Please excuse my crazy hair. I am so sweaty right now. It is so hot. So for the room tour portion of this video, I'm going to do something a little bit different and do a voiceover. So I hope that you guys enjoy the room tour. Welcome to the room tour. This is my office slash DIY room slash plant room slash guest bedroom. So here's a quick overview of what the room looks like. And if you watch my room makeover video of this room, this might look familiar to you. Starting from the left-hand side, we have my beautiful IKEA Kallax unit, which serves as a home for all of my craft storage. So on the wall above it, I have the first gallery wall I ever put up. I still really love how everything looks, and this was actually the backdrop to many of my videos previously. On top of my Kallax unit, I have my Cricut, which was my favorite tool for creating DIYs for my wedding. This area really became my workstation whenever I worked on a project, so I would just plop my laptop on it whenever I was cutting things out. And it also became the area where I film a lot of my B-roll and reveal shots for my DIY videos. I use this space to set up all of my props and my projects, so it really is a multifunctional space. And on the bottom section, we have a majority of my art supplies. I'm the type of person that likes to dig their hands into a little bit of everything. So this unit is a mishmash of bullet journal items, calligraphy pens and markers, watercolors and acrylic paints, and of course, washi tape. I will definitely have to downsize when I move, so it's going to be really hard for me to let go of some of these supplies. And even if I haven't touched them in a while, I have a sentimental attachment to them. And some of these items I've had since high school, so it actually makes me kind of sad that I have to part ways with some of them. But you can bet that I'm going to try to pack as many as I can into my car when I move to California. Now moving to the right, this is my mirror corner. It's a very awkward spot because the door next to it needs to stay accessible for our AC unit, but I temporarily added this mirror from our bedroom and it has just stayed here ever since. This mirror is perfect for checking out your outfit and really bounces off light, making the room feel a lot bigger. And here is my pride and joy, my Monstera deliciosa. This plant is the largest one that I have and has been putting out so much growth this summer. I love how she looks in this super chic basket, and I'm going to miss her dearly when I leave. But don't worry, I'll be sure to take a cutting and start a daughter plant from this big one. And right above that, I have a grid wall organizer from Target. This stores some of my favorite memorabilia from travels, concerts, and events, as well as a few DIYs that I've done. I think it's important to display photos because it really adds a personal touch to any room. This next section of the room is where you can find me 90% of the time, and this bay window creates the perfect nook for my desk, and I absolutely love that I can sit here and enjoy some sunlight while I work. Since lockdown started, this is where I sit when I work from home and I take all my Zoom calls. This is also where all of my DIY videos are filmed. I use this phone arm contraption for all of my overhead shots, so if you ever were curious to see how I film my videos, this is how it's done. And now my other pride and joy of this room, this vintage rattan shelf that I got for free $99. And if you guys saw me putting in the shelf, you will know how excited and how in love I am with this piece. It's the most glorious plant shelf and also the star of this room. This shelf really encompasses the vibe that I was going for in this room, and I just love it so much. Now onto the next section of this room, the day bed, and of course my giant fan on top of it. It is so beautiful. I'm still so in love with this thing, and it's definitely coming with me to my new place. And of course on the day bed we have a bunch of throw pillows from Target and Amazon. I was also pretty surprised that people ask me where this day bed is from because it's a hand-me-down that's over 15 years old. This used to be my bed when I lived at home with my parents, and we brought it here as a bed for guests, but day to day I use it as a couch for lounging and occasionally working on it as well. Next to that, I have my beautiful vinyl player, which is honestly just for display. I rarely ever use it because I heard that the Crosley Cruiser vinyl players actually ruin your vinyl records. So if anyone can confirm that in the comments down below, that would be much appreciated. But this is here purely for the aesthetic, and I love the fun tropical pattern that it adds and how it really ties in with the rest of the plants in my room. And lastly, I was able to clean this room and get it back all together thanks to this closet. It houses many of my other DIY supplies, as well as things that just need to be in storage, like Christmas decor, old books, and all of the other things that I hoard. And that concludes the room tour. If you made it this far, thank you guys all so much for going through this journey with me and getting this room back to its glory. I really am going to miss this room and all of the memories that I made in it. It's where I spent a lot of hours working and crafting, and has brought me so much joy to be able to create projects and videos in this space. I'm so grateful to have a creative space that's all my own, and I hope this video inspires you to set up a little creative space. Even if it's just a desk in a corner of your home, it's a place that you can call your own to make some magic happen. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Stay inspired, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!